Let's see where we at. Where we at? Let's see what. Oh, see that I changed up the intro already. What's
Right,
happening, my good people? Man, we finna start
right,
off with that
right,
good energy. What's going on, my
right.
good people? How y'all feeling? Happy Tuesday. Man, we in for another great show. Hope everybody enjoyed their day. Come get some education in the evening. So this young lady right here. Hmm. I've been knowing her for a nice man, long time. Over probably like 15 years. Yeah, yeah. She's very resourceful. Man, she's the truth. Like she say, she speaks the truth. And man, I know she about to come put us on some game. I have a lot of questions about her field. Because this is a topic we need to talk about, especially in the black community.
Right.
A lot of people, they just let this go over their head, and nah, not tonight. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we gonna get the ball rolling.
What's going on, Larry Hott? My
Appreciate
boy, my brother, good people. Thank
you.
you for bringing me on to the show today. I
Mm-hmm.
am Jeanetta, the Truth McCollum.
Ooh.
I have been doing insurance, but let's stop there.
Mm-hmm.
I have been an entrepreneur for a very, very long time.
Facts.
And so I know the difference between the people who, go to work every day and
Mm-hmm.
they collect a paycheck compared to people who are 100% um, commission only. So I definitely understand the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And so definitely, I've been doing insurance now for over 18 years.
Okay.
I've been a independent broker for over 16, 17 years. And basically, I help all of my clients and anyone I come across be able to understand why they need insurance,
Mm-hmm.
what insurance is all about,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of insurance is out there, how
Mm-hmm.
much insurance they should get. It is so many questions that people have about life insurance. And today I'm gonna hook y'all up.
Ooh, she already told us what time was. Facts, man, because
Yeah,
we definitely did it. Okay,
yeah.
so let's start with your upbringing. Well, I know where you from. I got some people out of state that tune in, so let everybody know where you from.
Well, I'm originally here from Chicago of the East,
Oh, okay.
72nd and Yates.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I went to high school and some of my upbringing was in Searcy, Arkansas. Arkansas, stand up.
Oh
Um,
dang. What year was that?
I actually graduated grammar school from Bryn Mawr in 96.
Okay.
And once I enrolled in Dunbar, what's going on, Vikings? I enrolled in Dunbar, and
Mm-hmm.
my mom decided that, she wanted to take me down to Searcy, Arkansas. That's
Uh,
that's for a whole nother show.
okay. Got you. Got you.
So
Got you.
yeah, so we moved down to Searcy, Arkansas. I did um, do a couple of years in Dallas as well, and then I moved back here to Chicago. So,
Mm-hmm.
Chicago is where I started. Chicago is where I'm at right now.
Okay. Dang. Oh, you back like you never left. I'm like,
No,
dang.
I'm
I
back like
never
I
knew
never
that.
left.
I never knew
Because
that.
you know what? Honestly, because I came back and visited a lot, and
Uh,
so everybody was in the midst of doing their own thing. So, a lot of the times,
yeah.
uh, if you went to different high schools and stuff like
Uh,
that, you never really realized somebody is actually gone, but I was gone.
dang. Okay. Did you do anything entrepreneur while you was gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Cersei was it was very, very, very welcoming to being able to help you with your education.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so throughout high school, I was able to attend beauty college.
Okay.
So my junior and senior year, I was able to attend
Mm.
beauty college while going to high school. So by the time that I was 18, I was a licensed beautician, which I did I was a beautician for 12 years.
Okay.
And so, even
Yeah.
today, when people see me, if you say, do she look like an insurance broker or do she look like she still do hair? They're like a beautician.
Right.
And so I don't know.
Right.
I think I still got the beautician vibe. And so,
Uh-huh.
but yes, that is what I did. And
Mhm.
honestly, how I got into the business
Mhm.
is when I moved back to Chicago, I was working this job out in like the west suburbs.
Okay.
And I came across this guy, and he was actually trying to sell me life insurance.
Ah.
I rebutted him so many times that he said, doggone it, you should sell life insurance yourself. And so
Right.
this guy, he's seen just a lot of potential in me. I was young and I was
Mhm.
vibrant and I was very eager to learn new things. And so him as well as his brother actually paid for me to go to school, as well as take the test. So big
Oh.
ups to my man Kavan Ware, his brother Ken Ware.
Right.
Those are my guys who really kind of paved the way for me to actually even get started in the business. I had so many other people that
Mhm.
kept me connected, but
Mm.
those are the people who actually paid for the license.
Wow. Dang, you call a blessing like that? So they saw it in
Yeah.
you, huh? They saw it in
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And I didn't see it in myself. I'm like,
That-
sell insurance. I don't want to sell no insurance. I was just, but
uh,
then it was a lot of perks to it, and so,
okay.
I
Uh,
had my own reasons why I wanted to kind of get involved and know a little bit more about it. So it worked out.
wow.
Yeah.
Dang. That's a story for you. Okay.
I
And you
no,
you like you never thought about it like through high school or nothing.
no, no,
Like,
no, no, no.
hmm.
Honestly, we had a family member to pass away, and it was like the first family member that really didn't have any kind of life insurance. And
Yeah.
it kind of,
Hmm.
whenever you physically go through that of having
Hmm.
to pass the hat and trying to figure it out,
Yeah.
you cannot even really mourn for the person because of the fact that you're
Hmm.
trying to figure out how things are going to work out. And I never want people to feel like that. I never want
Yeah.
people to have to experience that.
Right.
And a lot of times that people experience that because they're not educated. They don't know who to
Hmm.
talk to. They don't even know if they qualify.
Hmm.
So, that is the reason why I
Mm.
try to educate as much as I can.
Hmm. Facts. Man, I lost both of my parents, and neither one of them had life insurance. Uh,
Wow.
if I was young, I was 15 when my mother passed, so my aunties and all them kicked in with that. For the most part, for my father, me and my sisters and a couple other people, we had to really pay for everything. So that's why I know the importance of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And people need to really, y'all need to take some notes.
Right. That's
Yeah,
why you saved the best for last.
right,
This the last
exactly.
podcast of the year.
Yeah, it's the
We
last
saved
of
the
the
best
year.
for last. We
Facts.
going out with a bang.
Facts, facts. So this one question, I know you probably hear this all the time. What's the difference between a term policy and a whole policy? Whole
Yes.
life. Term life and
Whole
whole
life
life, right?
insurance.
That's y'all
Yes.
language. All right.
Yes. Whole life insurance. Okay. So
Now let me
whole
break this
life is
down to you.
exactly what it says. That
Uh,
means that you're going to pay a premium. The policy is going to build up cash value. The premium will never increase. The face amount will never decrease. As long as you pay this premium, it will cover you for your entire life and it builds up cash value. Some whole life policies build up dividends. So
okay.
let's talk about the two.
Okay.
Cash value is pretty much money that an insurance company can, in fact, put into the policy that you can borrow against, which
Mm,
I never encourage my clients to do.
okay.
Dividends is money that is put in by the insurance company, but it's very smaller amounts and it builds up throughout time. And if you have a policy that builds up those dividends and you
Mm,
decide that you want to touch them, it wouldn't hurt you at all. Now,
Mm-hmm.
term insurance is exactly what it says. It covers you for a certain amount of time. And when that time is up, the insurance is over. Now, I do have policies that I have a 50% return of premium. So, what that means is that if you got a $100,000 20-year term with me and a 50% return of premium, that means that, Larry, after that 20 or 30 years is over, that your policy will be over, but I will return you 50% of all of the premiums you ever paid into the policy. And so those are the perks.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a term, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I try to be very specific of
Yeah.
why people buy term compared to why people buy whole life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Term is set in place to cover a certain amount of things. So let's say that you have a house, okay? Y'all have children, right? So let's say you have owe about 150,000 on your home still for the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a 2-year-old son.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of times people use the term insurance to get a larger amount of insurance for a certain amount of time for a smaller price
Yeah.
compared to getting a whole life insurance. Whole life insurance has to be part of the equation
Yeah.
because people don't realize that the younger you are, the
Mm-hmm.
cheaper insurance is. The
Mm-hmm.
longer you wait, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
So the term insurance is put in place to set up to cover your mortgage protection, to
Yeah.
cover your kids to go to college, to cover that if God forbid something was to happen to you, that everything that you want that is in place for your children that you want to go on is going to continue to go on.
Yeah.
So that is the difference between the two.
Okay. Got you. So now, I mean, I have insurance. I know this, but what's the price for a term policy and a whole policy?
Okay,
Tell me.
well, I wish
Well, the
that
cheapest. Well, the from the
I
lowest to the max.
I wish that I was that good that I could name every price,
Uh,
but the
where have you
price,
stayed in your years?
no,
Like,
no, no, because
okay.
I can't answer that because your
Ah,
price of your insurance is based on you,
got you.
your age, your health, your height and weight, your background. When I say background,
Uh-huh.
are you, do you have a suspended license? Are you a felon? Are you a
What?
person that's a diabetic? Yeah.
They
If
go.
we
They
want
go
to,
like that.
they want
I
to,
thought it
yeah,
was
they
just
want,
health. It was no.
no, they used to be.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got
so a lot of people ask, why should I even buy life
it.
insurance?
Okay.
Like, why? Like,
Yeah.
why? So you can't answer that until you tell them what is life insurance? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Life insurance is a contract,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
between the proposed insured or the premium payer with the insurance company
Mm-hmm.
that is guaranteed a lump sum of money to the beneficiary that in case that the premium payer or the insured dies. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Why should I buy life insurance?
Mm.
The first thing is that you want to buy life insurance because there's two type of people that dies.
Mm-hmm.
People who leave memories and people who leave legacies.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide which one you want to be.
Mm.
Okay?
Ooh, she talking.
The second thing,
Hey, come
now
on
this
with it.
is like keeping
Come
it
on with it.
real
Come
tonight.
on
We're
with
keeping it real. Hey, the gloves is off. The
it.
gloves is off.
Mm-mm.
The
Okay.
the second thing is being able to teach our children how to build wealth. Okay. So I ask people all the time, why do rich people buy life insurance? And some people say, oh, well, because they don't want to spend their money. They got money to spend. Why do rich people who have millions of dollars, why do they buy life insurance? Rich people Smart people
Mm-hmm.
buy life insurance for a peace of mind
Mm.
of knowing that no matter what happens, that they are covered. If you take off your shoe right now and look at the bottom of your foot, you don't have an expiration date. Do
Mm-hmm.
you understand?
Yeah.
So you don't know the day or the hour that you're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put life insurance in place, it's
Mm-hmm.
guaranteeing that no matter what, as long as your premiums is paid, you
Mm-hmm.
have insurance to be able to continue on paying for your legacy to live on.
Mm. Wow. You say
Yeah.
memories and legacies. I gotta find
Whichever one you want to be.
some.
Because, you know, I feel like, if you're a person that has always been bossed up and
Yeah.
you're a person that has always taken care of yourself, you
Yeah.
mean to tell me, you see the guys, they got on all the jewelry, they
Yeah.
got on all of the nice clothes, they wearing a hot collection,
Mm-hmm.
they got the, you know, they
That's
got
right.
the,
See how she
the
put that
shoes
job
on
in?
here.
I'm
I
just
got a
saying.
little plug for you, you know,
Right.
but
Uh,
um, but guess what? Something was to happen to them. All they got is the money that's on them. They haven't put anything aside.
right.
So, I encourage the baby mamas and the wives and
Mm-hmm.
the living girlfriends. Hey, you have an insurability on their life. Let's talk about insurance while we're on that pillow. Let's talk about being able to generate wealth. We definitely know that most married couples they
Mm-hmm.
have had those kind of conversations, but
Sure.
let's not leave out the people who actually live together and they share
Yeah.
the same amount of bills. They have children together,
Mm-hmm.
and if God forbid you take one of the provider out the picture, where
Mm-hmm.
does it leave the kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
so
real.
we still talking about legacies and
Yeah.
memories.
Facts. That's real.
Right.
That's real. Dang. Yeah, and it'd be like so many people uncomfortable with talking about it. They put a I mean I've heard they put a stipulation on it like, well, when you get married, you have them conversations. But you just said it like, man, listen, we shacking, we got children together. No, that's a conversation that need to be had.
And I mean, even if and let's go a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that you have a parent
Yeah.
that is out there on drugs,
Yeah.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And or you have a loved one that you are responsible for, that
Yep.
you are the go-to person in your
Yep.
family.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're that go-to person in the family, that means that you're gonna pay for it on the front end or on the back end. So is that means you got an insurable interest on this person's life. That means that it's time for us to have a conversation. And sometimes people can say, well, I don't want to talk about no life insurance. I ain't trying to make nobody rich. Please get that mentality, get that slave mentality out of here. Baby, that 25,000 didn't make me rich last year. It ain't gonna make me rich this year.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you
Right.
know, we have to stop that.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing, people say, "Oh, well, I got insurance on my job."
Dang. I was just about to ask you about that. Go ahead. Go ahead with that one.
You was gonna talk about that one. I know
Yeah,
you was
I
gonna talk
sure was
about
gonna
that.
ask. Like, so what's well, I know it well, go ahead. Let you the expert. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Well,
So
my
what's the
thing is,
difference?
the thing is that I'm permanent, that person is temporary.
Uh-huh.
Because at the end of the day, it's going to be a termination date. It's going to be an ending date of that job. Whether you get laid off, fired, quit, or retire, there is an ending date. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
fact of the matter is that 9 out of 10, when you leave that job, you no longer have insurance,
Yeah.
or they give you what they call a decreasing term.
Mm.
So a decrease in term means that, let's say you might have 25,000. By the time you retire, you got 15. 5 years later, you got 10. After that, you might only got 5. So my thing is
Yeah.
that you putting permanent insurance in place on your own assures that you will have coverage even if you live to see your 100th birthday. You will
Yeah.
still be covered. A lot of the whole life insurance policies
Hmm.
that builds up cash value as well as dividends, what
Okay.
they does, they have a feature that says that if you don't touch any of the money that's built up in this policy, the policy will be paid up in 20 years. You
Okay.
can take what you call a reduced paid up policy.
Hmm.
So, Larry, let's say you had a $50,000 whole life policy. You
Hmm.
paid it for 20 years, and then they say, hey, do you want to continue on with your payments or do you want to reduce paid up and never have to make another payment? And you say, I don't never want to make no other payment. So they said, well, we'll give you $47,000 in coverage that will cover you your entire life and you never make another payment. Do you want that? Of course.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's a lot of perks, it is a lot of perks of being able to have whole
Yeah.
life insurance.
Hmm.
And definitely it's a lot of perks of being able to have an agent
Uh,
like myself.
right.
Um,
Right. Yeah. Right.
and one of the main benefits is because you see insurance advertised on TV
Yeah.
all the time,
Hmm.
but if God forbid something was to happen to your family, wouldn't you want someone who you know and you trust that's
Hmm.
working on the inside,
Yeah.
that's making sure that that claim goes through,
Yeah.
that is telling you what to do?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure when your dad died, you might have thought you was in your right state of mind,
Yeah.
but you wasn't. You was
Yeah.
making a lot of irrational decisions.
Right.
That daddy would have wanted this kind of coffin.
Right.
Daddy
Right.
would have wanted to put. Daddy wouldn't wanted that. Y'all
Yeah.
didn't know whether that man wanted to be cremated,
Right.
buried.
Yeah.
So I give my clients,
Hmm.
it's called a My Life Journal.
Mm.
It's the closest thing to a will,
Okay.
and it gives them the opportunity to put all of their last wishes
Yeah.
down on a piece of paper, and they're able to talk about their bank accounts, their wills, their last wishes, and it goes along with their policies, so their families don't have to guess. They know exactly what their
Right.
family wants.
Right. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I ain't put your last wishes, everything, who you want to go to what. And
Yeah.
do you have to get that like notarized or something? Or can I just say somebody come and they don't want to honor that? Like, I don't think he said that, so she said that. What?
Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say this.
Uh-huh.
Us, we have a tendency of
Yeah.
trying to do what we want to do,
Right.
but
Uh-huh.
you know,
Mhm.
um, I would hope and pray that your family would honor your wishes.
Mhm.
I let my clients know that I don't just want you to trust me
Yeah.
when you're here. I
Yeah.
want you to be able to trust that I'm going to try to carry out your wishes as much as possible, even when you're gone.
Yeah.
But legally,
Mhm.
legally,
Yeah.
if you feel that your family is not going to carry out your wishes, you need to get a will.
Mm.
Mine is more of an understanding. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying? I want the family to have an understanding.
Yeah.
Look, this is mom and dad's writing. This is what they said. This is what they
Right.
want to happen. Your
Right.
mother didn't your mother didn't like red. She don't want to get buried in a red dress. She wants to wear all white. Okay.
Right.
This is what she put down. So
Right.
more of an understanding. And so,
Yeah.
we just hope and pray that, that the family
Uh,
actually honors that,
yeah.
and,
Yeah.
honor the wishes.
Okay. Wow. So out
Yeah.
of your years of being in the insurance industry, let's see. I know a lot of people say, they don't really get insurance policy on their children per se, but do you think that we should get them on our children, like from
Absolutely.
birth, right?
From birth.
Got you. Okay.
Listen,
Mm,
look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
okay.
My son was born on the 13th. They kept me in the hospital for the 14th.
Okay.
They let me go on the 15th. The 16th, I had him policy and along with his daddy. Do you understand me? Okay.
Right.
So Listen.
Right.
So let's talk about that because
Uh-huh.
our most the most sacred thing that we can talk about is our children. Okay, that's
Uh-huh.
one thing we don't play about. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we don't even ever want to wrap our minds around
Yeah.
ever having to bury a child. But
For
we
sure.
just went through COVID.
Yeah.
We just seen random bullets flying,
Mm-hmm.
hitting these children. We
Mm-hmm.
just seen all kind of kidnapping and
Mm-hmm.
crazy accidents that happen.
Yeah.
Your children should be covered.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is why I recommend a lot of single moms, single dads, people that is on low income, fixed income,
Mm-hmm.
get a family plan. So that's me putting insurance on your life and
Mm-hmm.
your kids able to ride in on your policy. So
Yeah.
let's say that you had a family plan of 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to give each one of your children $15,000 or 20,000, whichever one you would like, and they're able to ride in on your policy until their 25th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're and guess what? For and like basically 15,000 per child, the rider might cost maybe about $8, and
Right.
you're covering each one of your children, not $8 a piece. $8 in addition to whatever your policy is. So, you
That's
know, again,
yeah.
we getting insurance for what? The peace of mind of
Yeah.
knowing that no matter what happens, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that we're covered. We're
Mm-hmm.
getting insurance to make sure that we're able to take care of our final expenses.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare, the know that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into
Mm-hmm.
buying a home and
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah.
know that if God forbid you were to pass away,
Mm-hmm.
everything just dies with you. Your legacy dies. You
Yeah.
know, look at
Mm-hmm.
all of the great things that you have going on. You
Mm-hmm.
will want to make sure your legacy goes on, and it's not going to go on without the right kind of revenue.
Facts. Yeah. That's important. I mean, I think about myself. I'm like, dang. Uh, it's, as a kid, I mean, people had a little bit empathy for me, so they helped out as much as possible. But hey, when I got 18, I sure could have used a little, what I'm saying, a
A
little
little hit,
quick,
right?
right? Look here, 25 or something.
Right.
And I'm like, man, yeah, I never want to see nobody go through that because that is even it's not really about the money, but like you say, at least okay, let me make sure you got to make sure you straight while your kids straight when you gone. At least give
Right.
us
Because
a fighting chance.
right. So, because
Yeah.
what my thing is that okay.
Hmm.
So, if your mother has a sister, okay,
Yeah.
um, and it's or your mom got a couple of sisters or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's three of y'all.
Hmm.
Most likely, one sister is not going to take on all three kids.
Yeah.
Y'all going to separate. I'm
Yeah.
going to take this one. This
Uh huh.
person going to go here. This one going to go there.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is that if
Hmm.
I'm already robbing Peter to pay Paul to take care of
Hmm.
my children,
Hmm.
now you're an extra mouth to feed, and now you almost get the sloppy seconds. No, nobody is gonna do you like mom.
Ooh,
Nobody's
she's
gonna do
tough.
you like dad. Nobody is gonna put you first. Not saying that they're putting you last. You
Hmm.
just don't come first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wasn't the first one here, and
Right.
you ain't the first one to go. So now
Right.
it puts a struggle,
Yeah.
and I'm being honest. See,
This
because
is this
this
is
is
the
what
honest to God
happens.
truth. Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
And people will say, my sister would never do my kids like that. Go out of town for 2 weeks and leave your kids with them, and you will see exactly what happens. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
So now if your mom once she passed
Hmm.
says, hey, I have $100,000 policy.
Okay.
I only want to designate $12,000 to be paid to my funeral, and I want just to give whoever is taking care of my child to give them 50,000, and once my son turns 18, give him the remaining balance. Now, even with that little 100,000, we got a shot at the
Yeah.
title. You know what I'm saying? We have a running, we're in the running, you know,
Yeah.
compared to when people are just struggling, it's like more or less like I'm taking you in, and basically they feel like, hey, you should be happy about that because you could be in the system right now.
You could. Facts. Facts. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And so
Facts.
you're forever grateful to
Mm-hmm.
that person, but you
Yep.
still have a few memories like you, you know what I mean? You still
Man,
have
you
a few
talking? Yeah.
memories like,
Yeah.
listen,
Like, man.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
really didn't
Right.
care for that. Yeah. So
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Oh my God. This is
yeah,
street
so
talk for real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you see how it was set up for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
you got a couple of gifts, but it wasn't like they gifts,
Right.
They,
Exactly.
and they tell you they daddy about them that. They
Uh-huh.
daddy about them
Right.
that. And so,
Right.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
us as moms especially,
Yeah.
we have to make sure that we are doing the best thing for our children
Mm-hmm.
and our men. um I remember when I first got into the business, my manager at the time, his name was Chad Powell, and he told me, he said, Jeanetta, I want you to go after women with small children. I'm like 20, 22 years. I said, no. He said, Jeanetta, I want you to go after women with small children.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no. He said, why not? I said, because women with small children don't like me. He said, well, who like you? Men with small children. you know? And
Right.
so I knew at that time men were starting to step up in the households.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
you used to remember back in the day
Oh yeah.
that men, they they took care of things, and
Mm-hmm.
then the roles reversed it, that the men were at work and the women took care of everything else.
Yeah.
And so that stayed that way for a long time. Even it's still in some households, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you ask the husband, well, what about this? He like, my wife take care of that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. She take care of that,
Right.
but I knew during the era that I was actually starting out to do insurance,
Right.
it was a lot of men that were stepping up to be single dads, a
Okay.
lot of men that, were actually fighting for custody of their children,
Mm-hmm.
that once before they didn't really know their rights. A
Yeah.
lot of men who were starting businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and, they needed to make sure that they had enough income that if God forbid something was to happen on this construction site, that the business would still go.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when you think about the insurance person, you think about the insurance man. They used to come knock on the door and
Mm-hmm.
collect the premiums,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because women, they felt more comfortable with doing business with men, but men feel more comfortable with doing better business with women.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure that the husband and wife is on deck. They both feel comfortable, but you
Yeah.
want to talk to the person who pretty much is going to make the final decision.
Got you.
And most likely it's the woman. it's,
Yeah. Right.
believe me, I understand
Yeah.
that, things have changed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that, they take care of their own. You
Yeah.
have same-sex marriages now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of things that we didn't have back
New
then,
world.
or that people really talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to be able to accommodate everybody and make sure that everybody is taken care of, and make sure that they know their options.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. I know certain, how can I put it? Can you get denied for health insurance? Is it because I feel
Health or life?
I'm talking about life insurance. I'm talking about health insurance. We going somewhere else with that. Life insurance. Can you get denied?
Yes,
Okay.
easily. You remember on the beginning of our conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I talked about the fact
Yes.
that
Yeah.
it's a variety of reasons why you can get denied.
Okay.
We we have a saying, buyers are liars.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I tell all of my clients, listen, I am the priest and the pope. You
Mm-hmm.
confess your sins to me. Let me handle what policy I need to put you with. With the fact that I am an insurance broker,
Yeah.
I'm able to cover just about anyone. I
Okay.
can take people who got full blown cancer or AIDS and help them get a policy because it's a policy
Mm-hmm.
called guarantee issue. Now, let's say
Okay.
someone don't have health issues, but they used to have a bunch of speeding tickets
Yeah.
and their license is suspended. That can get them denied.
Okay.
Let's say that you was in prison for a few years and you still on parole.
Yeah.
That can get you denied.
Mm.
Let's say that you lie about your medical. That can get you denied because when they put in your name and your social,
Yeah.
basically anything that you had went to the doctor for, any kind of medicines, is uploaded to your MIB. What's your MIB? Your Medical Information Bureau. That it saves all of your data. So
Okay.
let's say that I tell you that, look, you're overweight.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should go with this type of policy for now. I'm going to allow you to lose the weight, and then we're going to apply for this type of policy. But you say, no, 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 I want this amount of insurance, and I'm going to go with someone else. So you go to State Farm, Farmers, or any
Yeah.
company that you choose to go with, and they decline you.
Yeah.
There's a problem because once they decline you, every company is going to know that you've been declined.
Yeah.
How? Because it's all connected to your MIB.
Mm. It's a
Okay.
system.
So it's a system. It
Yeah.
is a system. So that is why it's very important that you get an agent that you can trust and
Yeah.
that you can tell them what is going on so they can tell you exactly how to go about things. If
Yeah.
you just shopping around and you're blindsided and you got some issues, you setting yourself up for failure.
Wow. Yeah. I
Yeah.
never knew. I just thought it was. See, I'm really thrown for a loop with all these other things that can get you denied. I just thought it was because of health you can get denied, but you say tickets, your pass, everything. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
it can. And I mean, it's only like your
Yeah.
pass is only for a certain amount of years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, but I
Mm.
want to tell people, I encourage people, take your driver's license seriously.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
take your health seriously.
Yeah.
Men, go get a checkup.
Mm.
Come on. You should get a checkup for stuff above the belly button, not just below the belly button. You know, you got to get
Right.
a full head to toe. Okay,
Right.
that's as that's as clean as we can keep it on here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you want to, ladies, definitely we want to make sure that our health is, up
Mhm.
to par because we don't have a
Yeah.
lot of people that pass away, and a lot of people who had this COVID. The thing is that their breathing is not the same. They have been in tune with lung damage and
Yeah.
pneumonia. Yeah, they
Mhm.
came out of it, but
Yeah.
if they was to ever catch it again, will
Mhm.
they be able to fight it?
Yeah.
Are they strong enough to fight it?
Yeah.
So regular checkups, taking
Mhm.
your vitamins,
Mhm.
drinking your H2O,
Yeah.
doing all of the things that you need to do, exercise, doing the
Yeah.
things that you need to do to stay healthy, you know, will keep you from not having to cash out that insurance policy.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the, what, since with the COVID and all these variants going around, would that affect like trying to get life insurance? Just say if you caught
So
COVID.
So you know what?
Mm-hmm.
See, since it had just hit last year, a
Okay.
lot of companies did not get a chance to revise their policies.
Gotcha.
But as of December the 31st, going into January the 1st, I am almost positive that one of the health questions will be, have you or have you ever been confined or asked to stay in a hospital room for over 24 hours due to COVID? Was you ever put on a respirator due to COVID? Every insurance company as of 2022 definitely will be asking that question
Wow.
because they want to see who's the high risk.
Yeah.
You could have had COVID, but
Yeah.
if you was never hospitalized or put on a ventilator or anything like that,
Yeah.
then hey, that might be whatever. But
Yeah.
what if you was severe? I
Yeah.
know people who was on ventilators for weeks,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, that barely made it through,
Mm-hmm.
so that is definitely going to be one of the questions. And that's going to probably be a deal breaker. That's going to be in probably the top five that if this person answers yes, discontinue on with the policy,
Yeah.
unless somebody like me who have a guarantee issue policy.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Because we understand
Yeah.
people have some health issues,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's some things that was hereditary, it's some
Yeah.
things that they had and they just wasn't able to catch in time,
Mm-hmm.
it's some things that just happen,
Yeah.
and I don't want people to go uninsured
Yeah.
thinking I just can't get insured. Since we're talking about that,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the contestabilities. A lot of times people ask me, well,
Mm-hmm.
how long does my policy has to be in place
Yeah.
in order for them to pay out?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say someone who is healthy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you,
Mm-hmm.
we get a policy, we have what you call a 2-year contestability.
Right.
That means in the first 2 years, the
Mm-hmm.
insurance company has the right to investigate why you died. So
Okay.
that means you cannot commit suicide or get killed doing an illegal act. If
Okay.
everything that you said on the application is correct, after the investigation is complete, they will pay the policy in full. Okay.
Got you.
Let's say that person who has a bunch of health issues
Mm-hmm.
and they have a 2-year contestability too.
Mm-hmm.
But they got a guarantee issue. That means that we didn't ask them what was wrong or anything. We just gave them the policy. Okay. So in their first 2 years, it's going to be different. That means that if they die within the first 2 years of this policy, their
Mm-hmm.
family will receive all of the premiums that they put into the policy plus interest.
Mm, really?
After they live the 2 years, their family will receive the full benefit.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that, you have people to say, well, you know, why the policy won't go into effect? You high risk.
Yeah.
They want
Yeah.
to make sure. But again, why are we getting insurance? For the
Mm-hmm.
peace of mind. At
Yeah.
least we knowing
Mm-hmm.
that once we start this policy
Yeah.
on December the 10th,
Yeah.
that we know from this day forth, we are putting something aside.
Right.
We are
Got
putting something aside.
you. Yeah.
I just seen a whole article of my one of my old bosses. I didn't even know that the man had passed away.
Oh.
You can Google this.
Mm-hmm.
He was a millionaire. Him and his wife was out of St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
um, Ronell,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, they were on the verge of divorce. And he came in and she killed him and tied the gun and killed herself.
Mm.
The fact of the matter is that we don't know when.
Yeah.
These are people who did insurance,
Yeah.
did very well for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they had a lifetime. They're in their 40s. They was in their 40s. This just happened in November.
Wow.
And so we just really never know.
Yeah.
You will think that that person who has all of the health issues will go out before you. You
Yeah.
just don't know the day or the hour, you know, and you
Right.
just want to be able to protect your kids and protect your family.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, what's the legal age you can purchase life insurance?
You mean, well,
Like,
an adult
for
can
like,
purchase
is it 18 and up, or just say
also, so for themselves. Oh
yeah,
yeah, it would be 18 and up, you know.
18? Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, they will have to have their legal guardian.
Guardian, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then even if you have a grown child that you want to get life insurance on, you can still
Hmm.
be the owner of that policy.
Yeah.
Um, because just because they're 25, that don't mean that they're
Hmm.
responsible enough, or care enough
Yeah.
about life insurance. That's
Right.
one of the main things. Some people, their
Right.
priorities are different. So it's important that
Right.
people teach their children at a young age the
Right.
importance of life insurance.
Right. Let me ask you this question. I saw something. It was a business group. I think it was like five. I want to say five business partners, right? And they all had they got policies on each other.
Uh-huh.
Um, I guess it's I don't know how I feel about it. My guess is I
Okay.
guess they thought that well they was gonna keep protect the business. I don't know where the money was going if something happened, but I was just like, man, that's crazy. I mean, I never heard of that though.
Okay, so that
Okay,
is called a key partnership insurance policy. Okay.
okay, got you. Okay,
All right. So it's a name for it. It's
right? Because I'm
actually a
like,
name.
I just saw that part. I'm like, oh, okay, okay,
Okay. So let's say, Larry,
mm,
me and you, we start a business.
okay,
We start a real estate business.
okay,
But you're invested and I'm
mm,
invested. Okay.
mm,
And let's say I'm married or
mm,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So we want certain things to be put in place that if God forbid something happened to you, our
okay,
business still goes on. That
yeah,
your wife cannot come in and try to take over ownership, that we have the money in place to put in place of that. That
mm-hmm,
I easily take that money and give it to her because our business is set up to keep moving forward no matter what.
okay,
Or we might have a different lingo set up. We
mm-hmm,
might have it that, hey, my husband is my partner, your wife is your partner, but in order for them, after we leave,
mm-hmm,
in order for them to continue on, they have to buy in with their policy. So it's so many different
right,
ways because we are both invested. So
yeah,
we both came to the table
mm-hmm,
with amount of money, whether it was $20 a piece. We
mm-hmm,
invested,
right, right,
So we want to make sure that if something was to happen to you, that the
mm-hmm,
business continues on.
yeah,
And we might have fine print that says, hey, this policy, goes to us, but his family still get X amount of dollars per month
mm-hmm,
to as long as the business is running. He
yeah,
will be one of the founders.
yeah,
So it's a lot of perks in it. It just
mm,
always, depends on who you deciding to do business with,
right.
who you
That's
deciding to partnership with, because
right.
that's a big
Yeah,
step, you
yeah,
know.
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, dang, that was. But now you broke it down. Okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I
so
understand that.
it's a,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of different ways that can go, and a lot of times, people are skeptical, but
Right.
I feel like if you're skeptical about that, you need to be skeptical about going into business with them to begin with,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially, putting large amount of money,
Yeah.
investing like that, but that's what it's called. It's called a key partnership insurance, policy.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
especially the key person, the person who is the top person. Like, let's
Yeah.
say we started a business
Mm-hmm.
and I came with 500,000,
Okay.
and you, Johnny Red, and a couple other
Mm-hmm.
people, y'all
Mm-hmm.
came with $20,000 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the key person?
Me. No, I'm
Jeanette.
just
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
no,
just
not with your 20,000.
I'm just messing with you.
the
Right. Yeah.
the
Okay. Yeah.
person
So
with
you
that
the key person.
500,000 is the
Yeah, for
key.
sure. Mm-hmm.
So if I take this person out of place,
Okay.
what happens to the business?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Because we need her stream of income to
Right.
keep us afloat.
Okay.
So that is one of the
That's
reasons why
that's dope.
they
Cause
do.
I was thinking that they have insurance on a business, but I didn't think it get that personal with it. Like, wow, okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it can get really personal,
yeah,
especially,
uh-huh.
when you're talking about how much the business profit,
Yeah, right,
everybody didn't lose through COVID. Some
yeah,
people really won,
yeah,
the
yeah,
stock market, people really gained,
yeah,
a lot of the times, people look at the fact that some of these people this last year have came across
mm,
more money than they have seen in years.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, they
yeah,
have
real,
touched more money than
yeah,
they have touched in many, many years.
yeah,
And if they didn't put a little bit of that money aside, you know,
yeah. It's
it's
the
gonna be
truth.
a cold winter.
Right,
I would just tell you it's cold outside.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I just listen, that's all I can say,
right.
So hopefully
Mhm.
people made some smart decisions,
Yeah,
and definitely you just don't want your family struggling.
yeah.
If you're the provider, you the head of your household.
Uh,
We want to we want to be able to, I'm definitely want to do a seminar
yeah.
of
So,
teaching our Black men how to be the head of the household by building wealth. I
yeah.
want to do a seminar of teaching our women how to be the backbone of our men while building wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Not having to play the second seat or the back seat, but
Mm-hmm.
being able to be a partner and be able to hold your own weight as well.
Yeah,
You got a voice. You got to hold your weight. You
yeah.
can't hold your weight with. You can't have a voice without
Right.
holding your weight. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
So
Man, right. That'll be
and
dope.
then so yeah, we definitely want to tell people, look, I'm telling you, I'm encouraging you.
Mm-hmm.
Inbox me, email me.
Yeah.
Let me help you
Mm-hmm.
be able to look at different ways to build up wealth, be able to provide for your family long
Yeah.
after you're gone.
All right.
Because remember, it's
Mm-hmm.
two types of people that leave here.
Say it
One
one
that
more
leave
time.
memories and one that leave legacies.
Ooh.
Which one are you? Which one are you?
No, that's for real. Like, man, that's truth talk. Dang.
Mm.
Yeah, you very knowledgeable. I knew you. I'm like, see, I got it. I ain't. I know we've been out this and that. I'm like, so I had to get you on one episode. I was gonna
Yes,
wait
I
for the
am.
next season. But I'm like, nah, let me get her right now.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I'm able to, I'm
mm,
glad I was able to talk down because the
yeah,
holidays is not the best time for everybody,
no,
Larry.
not yeah,
Some people, as people, we're putting up our Christmas trees and we're getting
yeah,
our children ready. People are
mm,
mourning their parents and they're
yeah,
mourning their children and
mm-hmm,
they're mourning their family members and everybody. And
mm-hmm,
so I want to be able to encourage people to say, listen,
mm,
you don't want to be mourning and worrying at the same time.
facts, facts,
It's, we can't control when we mourn, but
yeah,
we can control when we panic and we worry about things that we can take care of.
mm-hmm,
Because, like I said, if you're responsible for that person, you're going to either pay now Well, you gonna pay later, but you gonna
Yeah.
pay. But you
Yeah.
gonna pay.
Right.
So
Right.
you might as well be able to set some things in place now.
Yeah.
And you got people saying, well, I got some money in the bank and I could just pay for it.
Nah. Ain't that simple. It's a lot of man.
Listen, I don't
It's
know
simple.
if you got just an extra 15, 20,000 just
Yeah.
laying around, that if God forbid another one of your family members was to pass away, that they could say, hey, that high collection is doing good right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the hats or the sweatshirts. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the jackets and
Right.
hey, it's doing good right now. You DJing all over
Uh-huh.
the US. Man, let us hold it. Your wife gonna be like, oh
Right.
no.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you want to make sure that your household, you know,
Hmm.
is taken
Yeah.
care of. But if you have
Yeah.
to do it, you have to do it. But that leaves a burden on you
Yeah.
and
It
your
do.
people,
It do.
So we got to think about, everybody under the sound of our voice. I want you to think about the people that you are responsible for.
Yeah.
Think about the people that if something was to happen to these people, will they be calling you? Will they be telling you, hey, I'm setting up a GoFundMe page? I do not donate to GoFundMes. So
No.
don't ever tag me into that. Okay. Y'all got the plug right here.
Yeah.
Y'all have the plug December the 7th, 2021.
Yeah.
Y'all have the plug. You no longer have to try to be begging people to
Yeah.
cover the
Come
pay for
on.
your children. I
Mm,
know
mm, mm.
women who travel all over the world, have all kind of designer stuff, and guess what? When their children died, they had to beg their friends and their loved ones and all online
Ah,
trying to. That is some hurtful stuff.
it is. It
It's
is.
embarrassing.
It
You
is.
know, you can't. People coming up to you saying, "My condolences. Do you still need a little something?"
Uh, yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
We got to get our affairs in order, though.
Yeah. Right.
This
Okay.
is the
Just say.
time.
Right. Just say it's a. I'm just speaking hypothetically. $100 minimum per month. Just move some stuff around. Don't go out and buy that bottle for or cut back. You going 3 times, cut down to one.
Right.
Restaurant, you better get in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us spend money. I'm like, you just gotta, and that's bare. That's for a family. I'm saying like whatever, but
Right.
it's ways, y'all. It is ways, and man, that man, I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, me and my sisters here, and we had to get help for our father. To put him away.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's not a good feeling.
no,
That's not a
yeah,
good feeling.
yeah,
And then we have these older people, these parents that they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
mm-hmm.
bury me. How you gonna bury me? Bury me in the backyard. Hey, if it was legal, believe me, I gotta. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If it was legal, I'm pretty sure I know a couple of people that would be
Oh
shoveling.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. The shovel
but
definitely be
it's
in
not
effect.
legal.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
not going to jail trying to bury you. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
So I used to have a lingo
Uh,
that because I do specialize in helping the seniors, families, everybody, but I really like helping the seniors because they're so funny. But
uh,
I had this older guy one time,
uh,
and he said, I don't care, I ain't getting no more insurance, Miss McCullough, Miss McCullough, I ain't getting no more. I
uh.
said, okay, well, do me a favor. What's that? What's that? I said, can you go get your favorite shoebox?
Mm,
He said, what? Go get your favorite shoebox.
mm-hmm.
That's what we'll, hey, that's what we'll put you in.
Mm, mm, mm.
Who you gonna put in the shoebox? You.
You right,
You.
right.
I don't know how you think you gonna get this lavish luxury funeral
Yeah.
and you gonna get buried.
Yeah.
Let me tell everyone something in case you don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Your life insurance pays for the actual funeral. But
Mm-hmm.
in order for them to open that plot,
Mm-hmm.
you have to come out of your own pocket. They
Mm-hmm.
don't wait on the insurance company.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Am I telling the truth?
You ain't lying. You telling
They
fact.
are not waiting on the insurance company.
I never.
Before they dig up that
Yeah.
plot,
Right.
they
Yep.
need their money.
I never. A lot of people didn't even know. I know I didn't know that you even had to pay for a burial plot. People think you just go. No, you got to pay for that.
You got
Yeah.
you got to pay for all of this.
Yeah.
You
Right.
got to pay for that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said,
Yeah.
that's why a lot of older people didn't understand why great grandma and them they
Mm-hmm.
bought plots. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They bought
Uh.
2, 3 plots, and they
Yeah.
never knew that they was gonna have to bury their kids in the plots, their
Yeah.
grandkids in the plots.
Yeah.
I know people that buried that they bought 3, 4 plots for
Mm-hmm.
them and their spouse, and them and their spouse buried their kids in the plots,
Yeah.
and they had to go and buy new plots.
Yeah.
So it's all about taking care of your household.
It
It's all
is.
about, answering the
All right.
questions. Don't assume that you're not eligible. Don't
Yeah.
assume that, you can't get life insurance. Don't
Mm-hmm.
assume that it's going to be too expensive.
Yeah.
Let's just stick to the facts that if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have life insurance, you are going to leave a burden.
Yeah. This would be a infomercial. You just hit
Hello.
the head right, man.
Hello.
Golly, yeah, that you dropped some gems on this, man.
And so, one other thing, you remember how Chicago, used to bury people. Okay. They
Oh, the
stopped
city,
it
yeah, okay.
years. Yeah, they stopped that years ago. I don't know if y'all remember the big thing with, certain cemeteries, and they were saying, oh, they're
Yeah,
stacking the people
yeah.
on top of each other. And so I guess they said, oh, y'all want to expose how they stacking people on top of each other and y'all don't have any money. So now the new law, and it hadn't been new for a long time,
Yeah.
but the law is that when your family member deceased,
Mm-hmm.
you have 2 weeks to come and claim the body, or the body get donated to science. They're not burying anyone. You will not get their remains. You will not get anything. It just goes to science, and some student is playing on the body and
Yeah.
learning all kind of thing about the body, and they stack them up and burning them up.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That's
We got to
crazy.
get in tune.
Yeah,
These
we
are some
do.
hard conversations that people
It
don't
is.
want to have, but
It
they
is.
said they wanted the truth. We gonna
Yeah.
close the year out with the truth today.
Hey, big fact, man. Hey, ain't no other way, man. This a little bit off topic, but I want to know. I know your role in Epic, right?
Mhm,
And I see a lot of people taking that way of um, you know, like I don't want to call it party being a party promoter. I want to
mhm,
call it because it's people that make a living off of that, you know.
mhm, mhm.
Um, but tell us how you got started in that. Yeah, we want to go. I want to go. I want to go there right quick
Okay.
because
Well,
it's entrepreneurship as well.
well, basically, I have always pretty much been into a little bit of the party promoting as
Yeah, I know
well.
that.
Yeah. So I
uh,
have dealt with some of the best party promoters Chicago. My
mm,
boy Ramsey, Nas,
mm,
Dorian, Fletcher,
mm,
the Ron Troop, Ricky Troop. The
mm,
list can go on and on. I'm talking about some of the people that actually on the south side of Chicago that has really, put their
mm,
stamp
yeah.
um, on the promoting thing.
Mm,
Epic all started. We was all, hanging out anyway.
yeah.
And them already had their group of people,
Yeah.
and then I used to already throw my parties, and so
Uh huh.
um, how the first lady, come about. I think people don't understand exactly what the first lady is. Uh, the first lady is not only one of the first women that was in the group, but the first lady is the face. You know, it's the
Oh,
face of the group. It's
yeah.
the person that draws people in. A person that can pretty much kind of get along with people, and
Mm-hmm.
a person that is well connected, a
Mm-hmm.
likable person that can promote,
Yeah.
and especially a person who already had their own following even makes
Yeah.
it even better.
Yeah.
And so we seen an opportunity
Mm.
when we Epic was the first group able to actually rent out a CTA train,
Yeah.
and we went viral.
Yeah. That
Okay,
was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
we
I
went
I
Epic,
don't know
hello
why.
Epic.
I was
We
somewhere
went
that day. I'm like, hey, they done got the train.
Johnny King, yes, Johnny King. We had our DJ P. Diddy on there and a few
Mhm.
other DJs on there. And we actually went viral, and it was epic. It
Yeah.
was epic.
Yeah.
And so it will always be epic.
For sure.
The thing is that, people sometimes people branch off to do
Yeah.
other things, and
Hey.
but we all definitely understand the assignment. We definitely are family,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we really like being able to bring people together to have a good time. you know um
Mm-hmm.
you are epic as well, what I'm saying. We have adopted you and strong you and pulled you in there. You definitely one of our favorite
Yeah.
DJs. So,
Yeah. Y'all my
um,
people. Good people.
yeah, definitely. We
Uh,
love being able to create
yeah.
things and opportunities for people to be able to have a good time and
For
do some
sure.
different stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
Epic, we really always have prided ourselves on
Yeah.
doing different things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Okay, got you. See, that's why, like, see, your personality go hand in hand on, like you say, you deal with the public. Period. Anybody.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? So
right.
that's like, man, that's a double bubble, man. And people need to take notes. Like personality, that's big.
Oh,
Like when you in
it,
entrepreneurship itself, a lot of
yeah,
people
it
they
goes
say they don't
along
have the
with.
yeah, do. A lot of people say they don't have the patience and this and that. Man, listen, you got to deal with people on the job, in the streets, going to get something to eat, grocery store, wherever. You got to deal with people.
And a lot
Yeah.
of times people think that they can do what that person does,
Mm-hmm.
because that person might be under a light, or
Yeah.
people might look at them. But it takes a lot
You
to
do.
be able to deal with people and be able to
Mm-hmm.
communicate with them. And
Yeah.
you got to stand your ground at times.
Mm-hmm.
They know, they be like, oh, Jeanetta, she crazy. Hey, I had no problem. I would rather you say that than
uh,
to always acting crazy. But
uh,
you got to stand your ground. But a lot of times, everybody is not. We have people, especially in Epic,
yeah.
that is behind the scenes that do a lot. Our
Mm-hmm.
VP, Tiff,
Yeah.
we have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who work behind the scenes that you
Mm-hmm.
don't see as much, and they
Yeah.
don't interact with people as much,
Mm-hmm.
but they really get the job
Mm-hmm.
done.
Right.
You have Johnny that works a full-time job and still makes
Mm-hmm.
time to
Mm-hmm.
be able to promote and put things together.
Facts.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Big up to the whole Princess, Div,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, the whole Epic family. it,
Mm-hmm.
it takes all of us. Tone, my brother Tone, can't forget him.
What up?
You know what I'm saying? My sister Paris, you
Uh,
know,
Kiki,
Kiki,
yeah.
you know,
Uh,
um, it takes a whole group of people to really make things successful.
yeah.
And we work really hard. You might
Yeah.
see a couple of us in the forefront, but it
Mm-hmm.
definitely takes a group effort. My boy Eric, let's not forget him.
Yeah.
Trying to
He's
make sure I don't
mm-hmm.
forget no one.
Mm-hmm.
but y'all know all the Epic family,
Yeah.
RIP,
Yeah.
we lost one of ours, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Loretta, a
Yeah.
couple of years back. So it definitely it takes a group to
Mm-hmm.
really be able to pull off some of the things that we have done. And we just continue to thank everybody for their support, how they
Mm-hmm.
support us. And, matter of fact, speaking of support, they can come out Thursday. I'm pretty sure,
Mm-hmm.
we love to see you guys in the building.
Uh-huh. Where it's at? Let the people know.
uh, if I'm not mistaken, it will be at Leo's
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday,
Yeah.
an evening set
Mm-hmm.
from 6 until.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, go out and show our DJs. I think DJ Red is on the one and
Mm-hmm.
twos. DJ Johnny, is
Mm-hmm.
yourself? Are you
Oh
DJ
no, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out and have me. I'm relentless.
support? Okay.
Yeah. I'm relentless.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
definitely, I'm pretty sure they'll have Kiki
Mm-hmm.
behind the bar. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it's definitely epic, baby.
That's what's up. So, man, you got a young entrepreneur coming up, young lady, and she come like, Miss Jeanetta, how you doing? I want to get some advice on how to get started into the insurance field. What would you tell
The first thing I would ask her
her? Mm-hmm.
is, do you like people? Do you like dealing with people?
Mm-hmm.
Because people get on your nerves.
Yeah.
That's because
Mm-hmm.
I'm having the most sacred conversation that we can have when
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to you about you and your family's life insurance. That's the
Mm-hmm.
most private, serious conversation we can have. And
Mm-hmm.
so, if you're not comfortable with making people uncomfortable, then this might not be the business for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you are interested in making a difference in people's lives, then let me show you the way.
Okay.
Some people I might recommend, depending on, how much drive they have. I might
Mm-hmm.
say, well, look, I want you to go to school, then I want you to work for a certain kind of company to get the training and everything that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people need training and structure and guidance
Mm-hmm.
before they decide to go independent. But some people got that drive, that pushing them, that they can go get their license, and I can throw them out there. I can train them up and throw them out there, and they gonna make it
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Some people just gonna make it happen. So everybody is different. It just depends on
Yeah.
what kind of young lady that is.
Right, right, right. Facts, facts. That's
Right.
good advice. That's some good
Yes.
advice.
So,
Man, okay, that's what's up. I want to
thank,
thank you again for coming on,
thank
and
you, thank you,
man,
thank you so much.
let
I really
everybody know.
appreciate
Oh
you.
yeah, 100. I'm like, dang, I gotta get. I was like, no, I need her this year because I'm like this. Matter of fact, people, this the last episode of the year. Man, y'all
Close
been
it.
man. The platform has grown. Like YouTube is really showing out. I said, oh, okay, so this will be on YouTube probably by next week.
Okay.
Man, like I say, Miss Jeanetta definitely a resource. Y'all better tap in with it. Like, don't play with it. So let everybody know they can find you.
You can definitely email me at mccullumjanetta@yahoo.com,
Mm-hmm.
or you can actually tap into any of my Facebook links.
Okay.
If you are, if you are on Facebook, you can look me up at Jeanette McCollum. But definitely emails get to me really quick. And
Mm-hmm.
so the quicker you able to email me, I'm definitely able to respond, and
Mm-hmm.
we can get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
McCullum Jeanetta at yahoo.com.
Nah, that's what's up. You ain't, give me your address so you can come pull up my list play. She said, I had to throw one
No,
in,
no,
right?
thank you. No, thank you.
That's what's up,
No,
man.
thank you.
Oh
Thank
man,
you so much
appreciate
for
you.
having me. I
Oh,
appreciate
no
you.
doubt. I'll see you out Thursday. And man, y'all make sure y'all tap in and thank y'all again for tuning in. And
Thank y'all
I,
so
yeah,
much.
yeah. I mean,
Bye-bye.
I might do a I might try to have a live session before the if I got some time before the year out, just everybody come back on and talk because them sessions like this for example, like this not being talked about on the regular. Life
Right,
insurance and stuff, we need
right.
stuff and other people resourceful when they feel so. I've been thinking about putting something together like that. I gotta map it out.
Maybe all on one set, a
Yeah,
platform.
yeah, for sure. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking. So,
yeah.
you assist me with that.
Yeah, definitely 2022, 2022, maybe
Yeah,
not this
right.
year, but
We ain't gonna do it this year.
2022,
I'm just
yeah,
running my mouth right
2022,
now because
we
I
gonna
know I ain't
tap
got no
in.
time for it. Right.
Definitely, once
Yeah,
the spring comes, we
yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
want, I know that some people are still not comfortable in certain
yeah,
kind of settings yet,
yeah,
but
yeah,
come 2022,
yeah,
we
yeah.
definitely want to be
Right.
able to educate everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I see you had your, my boy Credit, the credit
Credit
guy
day.
on here, big,
Yeah,
yeah, Credit
yeah,
Day,
yeah.
big homie on here,
Right.
and he definitely let everybody know about the credit,
Yeah.
how important it is, how
Mm-hmm.
important life insurance is. This,
Yeah.
this stuff, you can't go without it. You can't
That's
ignore
why
it.
I'm
You
like,
can't go
yeah,
without it.
that's why these two episodes here to come back to back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm like,
They
yeah,
go
I got
hand in hand.
right.
Yeah.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you so much,
all
Larry.
right,
I
no problem.
appreciate you.
All
You
right,
enjoy your night.
all
Peace
right,
out, guys. Thanks for y'all support.
all right. Peace out, good people. Gang, gang.
Yeah, yeah.